Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Angel Santos. I'm a course coach, as you can see right here, and I'm so excited for today's video because it's a very important topic. And what it is what could you charge for a course? So this right here is what we are going to get into, and it really goes deeper into what you could charge for a course. It goes to the root of, can you make a course? Would someone buy from you? Why is it possible? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you behind the scenes of the industry, right? So it's like we're going on a ride. I'm going to take you through various courses and literally show you what people are doing. Good morning, Amanda. How are you? How are you? Amanda is the tax expert in our community. So if you need help with taxes, which, if you haven't done them already, you definitely need some help, or have a question, make sure to reach out to her. Thanks for popping on, Amanda, live. So yeah, I'm really pulling back the curtains and giving you all the goodies today on what it's like to sell an online course. And I'm not going to be talking about any of my courses today, which are, great and results guaranteed. But I'm actually going to take you across a bunch of different people who have created courses. And we're talking from comedians to motivational speakers to business coaches. Like, I'm taking you through it all because I'm realizing that even though I'm popping on, kind of assuming honestly that you all know like how totally possible it is for you to make a course, how like much or little you can charge to make a course, how quick you can start to make money, how much your course will help people. A lot of people think, oh, I have to help them one-on-one. The thing is, after a conversation with your friend, right? Or even if you go to like a class, think about how much information you actually retain from that class. Most people don't, right? Which is why they give you recordings, they give you homework so you can go in and kind of reiterate that information. So there's all these benefits to course creation, but I'm realizing that we need to slow it down a little bit more, so I make sure that you all really understand the opportunity that you have at your feet. And how better to do that than show you all the opportunities that other people, from comedians to everybody. We have everybody, almost all the different categories of genres of professions out there, and I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do, and if you see me lean in, I took my glasses off to remove the glare, and I need to lean in to see. So I am going to share my screen. Let's see. Oh, new computer, so I'm having to give it permission. Okay, it's saying that I'm going to need to quit and reopen this live. I do apologize. It's the first time I'm using this software on the computer. So if you're on live, pop right back on. And for those of you watching the replay, that's why you're going to see this little jump in this transition. Okay, so let's see. I think I just need to quit it and just restart it. And we are back. Sorry for that interruption. And again, for those of you watching the recording on, whether you're listening to the podcast version on iTunes, thank you for by the way, for listening to our podcast, or you're watching on YouTube, we are back. You never really miss this, but we are back. And like I said, this episode really is about what could you charge for a course. And I'm really going to take you just on a behind the scenes journey of what are people charging for their course, right? What are they including at different price points? Because after teaching over tens of thousands of women online about course creation and working with about 100 in a group or one-on-one setting, what I'm seeing is that a lot of women have, unfortunately, just a lot of doubts, right? On what is possible, on what they could charge, on what they can make, and on really the incredible impact that you offering a course gives to your clients, right? And so, as you can see, I am sharing my screen here because I wanted to, before we get into the tour of what are people charging for what, I wanted to show you some of the stats, okay? Yes, I have my own personal story of, you know, I don't want to really get into a lot of details this morning. I have a lot of different stories around how courses have just really been life-changing for me. I'll share a personal one though really quickly. One of my personal stories is that I was doing one-on-one coaching a few years ago, and that was the focus of my business, and I was really grateful to be getting paid to like help people. You get paid to talk and use your brain, and it's like, oh, it's the dream job, right? And it's like yes and no, because honestly, what I didn't realize is that while yes, it was great to be able to leave my 9 to 5 and work on my own, it still felt like work. I hadn't formatted my business as well as I wanted to leverage more of my time, right? I hadn't leveraged like automation and different things like that to basically work less, right? I wanted to earn the amount I was making, but I wanted to work a lot less. I didn't want to be on Zoom all day with clients. That was not fun for me. Also because of health reasons, right? I needed more time to rest, dealing with, chronic fatigue and different things like that. And so the idea of getting on Zoom every day and showing up my best, which is what I do, for my clients, it was draining. And I was at a cafe one day, and I remember praying, and I was like, God, I just need you to help me, because I'm so grateful to get to do what I do, but it's not quite working. It's not fitting, right? It was a struggle. And he showed me courses, and it was like a light bulb, because I had been offering courses since 2016. I have been helping women make courses, everyone from yoga instructors to financial consultants, but I hadn't really focused on it. I honestly, it's so interesting, but I used to think of courses as like, oh yeah, that's nice to have, right? Like I would include it in my programs at that time to feel like I was validating what I was charging, but I would even tell people, oh, if you don't watch the course, it's okay. The true value, the true transformation comes from us working together. And while that can be true, that your one-on-one can be enough to get your clients from point A, where they are now, to point B, where they want to be, helping them sustain that, helping them really learn that and not be just codependent on you, can rely heavily on a really great course to support them, right? And so once I added courses into my business as like more of a focus, it freed up so much time. So I could have my assigned coaching days, I could have my Wednesdays and my Fridays off, which is the days I took off at that time. I could help more people, right? Earn more, but work less. It was a life-changing formula that I received directly from God. It would be great to take the credit and be like, oh yeah, I've always known that courses, but no, it was a journey for me. It's kind of like my journey from PC to Mac. So that's my personal story with courses. And I feel like though I've shared that with some of you all, and I know sometimes it's like, okay, I get that's your journey, but because you haven't had that same experience, and maybe you're not in like business, you're in another industry, you might feel like, well, but my journey can't look like that. So I just want to peel back those myths, those lies, and reveal the truth and the reality with just some hard core facts across different industries. And that's what we're doing today. And that's why you see these statistics, right? So the worldwide e-learning market, as you can see right here, it's projected to be worth $325 billion. So what is the e-learning market? Online courses. It's a fancy term for online courses. By 2025, the projections are that it will be a $300+ billion industry. Okay. The projections were that 77% of U.S. corporations used online learning as of 2017, but as of 2020, it is 98% are choosing to use online learning. So not only are people, right, individuals purchasing online courses for various reasons, companies are investing in online learning as well. So maybe you want to make something for people, just individual people. Maybe you want to make something for kids. Maybe you want to make something for companies. You have options, right? And then one last stat is e-learning increases retention rates by 25 to 60%. And that is so important. And what that means is, have you ever sold something, maybe a single session or something like that, or a single service, and kind of felt like, oh, it'd be great to work with that client again, but they don't come back, right? Maybe they were helped, but maybe they weren't wowed. If you want to retain more of your customers, more of your clients, if you want more repeat business, having a course helps. And think about it. When you just give someone a service one time, if you do something for them one time, if you have a session with them one time, okay, maybe it was helpful. 3 weeks later, they may forget anything that you said. And honestly, they may just not remember. I know I've had one-on-one clients who messaged me in their portal and they're like, hey, how did you say social media, scheduling my social media should work again, right? And so another thing that helps your clients is that when you have a course for them, they can revisit that whenever they need to. They can be getting help whenever they're working on it, right? Because when they're working with you may not be when they're actually working on whatever it is you help them with. So if you want repeat business, give your people a course. Okay, I am just going to, sorry everyone, trying to find you. Okay, I just wanted to check the comments, see if we had any questions for those live. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm actually going to give you a behind the scenes tour of various courses offered by, again, different industries, so you understand the price point of what's possible. Because I've heard all too often, oh, I didn't think I could charge that. I was telling my husband last night, there is a safety pin at Tiffany's that is, and actually let me Google it. There's a safety pin at Tiffany's that's a paperweight, and it's like $100 and something, right? Well, okay, there you go. Do they not sell it anymore at actual Tiffany's? Because I'm seeing it on a lot of different sub-sites. But as you can see here, there's the 14 karat Tiffany and Co. safety pin on sale, used for $600. Here's one, $165, $750. This is a safety pin. It's a branded safety pin, and the minimum, and some of these are used, is $165. So please don't devalue the information that you have learned, whether you learned it in taking classes yourself, whether you learned it by going to school, whether you learned it through life lessons. Your experience, your knowledge is valuable, and people are willing to pay. That's where those stats that I just shared came from. This $300+ billion, that's because people are willing to invest in what other people know. Okay, just wanted to say that. Okay, so Kev on stage, who is what I would say a clean comedian, he is a comedian, right? Some of you may be familiar with him. Some of you may have never heard of him, but he is a comedian and he has a media network as well. He is not what I would call a course creator or a business coach or anything like that. But you know what he does understand? He understands the power of passive income. He understands the power of selling your knowledge. Not only does it help people, but it also earns you money, right? So he has a program called The Blueprint, and he's sharing how to start, build, or expand your business using social media. Why did he probably feel qualified to do that? Because he did it, right? He built his comedy business using social media. He said for years he posted every day on Facebook and kind of nothing. He would post a new joke for years, nothing. And then all of a sudden it seemed like he was an online sensation. And he was after a couple of years of posting every day. And as you can see, this is his curriculum. It's all right here for you to see beforehand. You can't watch it, but you can see his introduction is a 6-minute video. It looks like his longest video is about choosing platforms at 79 minutes. And it looks like the average video is between 12 and 15 minutes, right? So it's a compilation of different videos that he has put together, and he's charging $150, right? So this is a comedian. He's not a marketing coach. He's not a marketing expert. He used social media to grow his comedy business. And he said, you know, along with selling the book that me and my wife put together on relationships and selling tickets to my comedy shows, I'm going to put this course here, just drop it here to sell, right? So a social media masterclass for $150. Okay, so now let's jump into another lane, ministry. I know a lot of the women in my audience are Christian women. And from personal experience as a pastor's daughter, as someone who was taught and raised to serve and not sell, which is not biblically accurate. Like, yes, it is okay to serve, but it is okay to sell, right? Hospitals help people every day and charge thousands of dollars every day for their services, right? As someone who has been in the ER more than once, as soon as your pain has come down, and you can think properly, you know, someone comes in with a clipboard asking about how you're going to pay them. And rightfully so. They should be compensated for their services. And guess what? So should you. Okay, so here is, this is biblicaltraining.org. So the .org usually means that it's a nonprofit. I'm not sure if this one is, but I wanted to show you that this is a course on New Testament survey. It's structure, content, and theology. Looks like it has about 35 hours of content in it, and it is $249. They could have made this free. They could have, right? Or they could have made it $10. They made it $249, and rightfully so. They deserve to be compensated for the work they put into this. And also, this is something that when you're not in the course industry, you might not be aware of. But as a course creator, I can tell you that the more you charge for a program, the more likely someone is actually to go through it. It's unfortunate, but when you charge below a certain amount, human nature is to get excited. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a great price. It's only $79. Let me buy it. And then you forget about it, right? But I don't forget about the program that I spent $15,000 on the one that I spent $3,000 on. Right? I don't forget about those. So I'm not saying that you have to, charge $5,000 for your program. The price you charge, as we cover in my academy, that's dependent on a number of things, right? The transformation. And I just mean, like, a lot of times people think it's about the length of the course, but it's not about if you have 50 hours of video in a course that you can charge $500 or $5,000. It's about how does what you help people with affect them. Okay, so let me give you an example. If I was helping, if I was helping someone create a book, right? That's an actual program. My publisher book in 90 days. Well, that's a big transformation. I'm literally helping you create and publish your book. You will now be a published author. And when you follow our marketing program, you'll also become an Amazon bestseller, right? We've used the same formula with 14 different clients. It works every time. It's proven. That program is $2,500, right? You're not paying for the video. It could be 5 videos. It's more than that, but you're not paying for the videos or the worksheets or your time with me. You're paying for what you will be after. A published author with a book in your hand, right? That you can sell over and over and over. Okay? So that's a pretty big transformation. You were not an author, now you are. You did not have a product to sell, now you do, right? Now, with that being said, if the transformation was something smaller, like how to get an idea for your book, well, I could see maybe charging like $37, $47, because that's just like one small step in this big overarching journey, right? When you're helping someone complete the journey from start to finish, that should be more. Like, I imagine if this was a complete survey of the whole Bible, right, and how to apply it in your life and grow spiritually and et cetera, this would probably be more. But it's a portion of it, so it's $249. So when you're thinking about pricing, and this is why in some of my programs we go a lot into what I call wealth consciousness or money mindset, because a lot of us we don't realize it, but we have some or we can have some scarcity limiting beliefs in our mind, just from what we maybe were exposed to or how we were raised, and we can think, oh, I could never spend that, or oh, I couldn't make that. And that's not true. That's why I shared those stats in the beginning. And that's why I'm showing you what people in real time are charging, right? This is not, no offense to Kev on stage, but this is not an extravagant sales page, right? And a sales page is just a one-page website. He gives you the title, a subtitle, a paragraph, and what's inside. That's it. Like, that's not extravagant. But that's not stopping him from charging $150, right? This is not, they're giving you a couple paragraphs, but that's it. And it's like, buy it if you want to. $249. So it's 100% possible for you to do this your way. Let me just check to see. I closed the comment section, so I just want to make sure that we don't have any questions. Okay, beautiful, for those watching live. Okay, so Power Monkey Camp, your master fitness class with expert coaches. So I wanted to make sure I showed you a range of like lower cost programs, which, just by the way, industry standard, anything $500 and under is considered a lower cost program, right? And then the higher end tends to be programs that range, courses that range from about $3,000 to and above. Mid-range is about 500, kind of 1,000 to 3,000. That's like a mid-range of online courses and online programs, which I know you might feel like, what, people are spending this? Yes, they are, every day. Once again, it's going to be a $300 billion industry by 2025. And it was already in 2020 a $12 billion industry. That is real people's money. So once again, Kev on stage, social media, $150. New Testament survey, $249. Here is a fitness program, $499, right? And they're giving you kind of what you are going to learn. And it's all right here laid out. As you can see, the videos are not super long, 27 minutes, 24 minutes, 10 minutes. And I share that because I remember when I was still newer to online courses, I would create these super long videos, and then some of the courses I have bought, super long videos. But make your video as long as it needs to be to help the person. Don't make it long for the sake of long, because people don't have time to watch 8 weeks of 10 90-minute videos with 50-page worksheets just so you can feel like it's worth charging $300 or $3,000. As long as you help people get what you're advertising, they will be happy. It's about the result. Okay, I'm a little different. I believe it's about helping them take the actions to get what they need. It's not about helping them take notes. So, $500 fitness program. So now we're going to get to kind of the mid-tier range. This is a self-published. Self-published. Expand your empire and leave your legacy. So this is this is an online course made by two different online entrepreneurs, and it, as you can see, it's about helping you self-publish your book. And let's see. Okay, and so here it tells you what's included: the big idea, writing process, how to self-publish, best-selling author energy, marketing your book, recording your audio book, and it looks like it comes with a bonus welcome party, right? And as you can see, as the price increases, which this is a higher price, it's a mid-range price, like I said, they give you a little bit more content, right? But it makes sense because when you're charging a bit more, right? If you're charging $100, maybe you're not including as much content. When you're charging $1,000 to $3,000, people probably are going to want more information before they invest. Doesn't mean they won't invest. It just means they need some more information. And that is $2,200, right? $2,200, and that's the mid-range to learn how to publish a book. And so what I just showed you was a range of courses from $100 to $2,200. And this program here, this is actually an inside of a program. This was $13,500. And it was a hybrid, okay? It came with a year of group coaching and in-person experiences, and then it was also this content. So for those of you who want to do like a hybrid experience, that's also a possibility. And here is an inside look, right? It is quite a bit of information. So you see 25 modules, and in each module, which just means each section of the course, is different lessons, right? So look, you have a journal activity, you have business training, a workbook, you have, all of this, and then you have a coaching demo, right? So that's the inside of a $10,000 plus program. This is the inside. So I'm actually just taking you behind the scenes of courses that I have purchased because I want you to really get a sense of kind of what does each price point kind of can look like. And don't get overwhelmed by any of the tech stuff because first of all, there's ways to do it very low tech. And then if you do like the tech, but you just don't know how to do it, I cover that in my academy. I help people with that one-on-one, and then we also can set it up for you. So that should be the least of your concerns, right? So this program, I want to say was $2,200 or something like that. I think it was $2,200. And this is the inside of it. As you can see, it has 7 modules, and then it has some bonus sections as well. So like the pre-work, the bonus energy and frequency of money. And I will just kind of click inside so you can see what something looks like. So there's a welcome video, a training, and another video, and then the homework, which is literally just kind of put here in text. So that's the inside of a $2,200 course. So that's a mid-range program. This is the inside of I want to say this was a $99 course. And you can see a difference, right? So it's a bit more straightforward. And let me go to the, let's see. So as you can see, the lessons are shorter, right? 8 minutes. Overthinking, let's see. Success leaves clues, let's see. 7 minutes, right? So this is a smaller course, but it makes sense because it was also a smaller investment. It was only $100, right? So it looks like it's about, it is about 15 videos, and all it looks like about under 20 minutes, right? So your course doesn't have to be super complicated. It can be 5 to 10 videos with the worksheet, right? It's not about the amount of content you're giving them. It's just about, are you giving them what you advertise? Because that's all they want. And I think I had a few more. Here is a $47 program. It's about visualization. I'll be honest, I never quite made it through this program, but I have it. So when I want to, I can. But that's again what I tell you about when you charge like too little. And you know, I'm not going to say you shouldn't charge $47. I have a program that's $47. It's my course creation challenge. It's an intro to getting started with making your courses. But what I do want you to know is that the lower cost, the lower your investment that you require from people, the more likely sometimes that they won't actually open it or go through it, which means they don't get help from you, which means they won't be a repeat customer because they don't even know how great you are or how much you can help them because the investment just wasn't high enough. So if you're going to have a lower cost program, you might want to have some type of something to engage them, even if it's just some automated email so they remember, hey, you have access to this, how is it going? But this was $47, and the way it's set up is that it gives you like an activity each day, and you might say, well, how do you know you haven't done it? I'm a course coach. I've seen so many courses. I've bought them. I understand how the structure works before I even log in, right? So you see you have the video here, and then you have the assignment here. And they give you an assignment for each day. So that's something that, and you can see the videos are not long, right? So that's something that you could consider too, is if you're making a smaller program, maybe you just have like 7 learn how to do this in 7 days, or, you know, create this or feel better in, 10 days, right? That's possible. So this was a $47 program on just visualization. And then this was I want to say a $99 bundle. It's more like motivational. And so you see it has Christian motivation for daily living, building the best you. And it's by Zig Ziglar, who you may or not know, but it's just a world-renowned motivational speaker, salesperson, and all the things, right? And it's not extravagant. It has 5 modules, and it's very, I would call this a more basic program. Once again, that was $100. And let's see, did I have, okay, yes. So that is a tour. That is a behind the scenes tour of what you can charge for what price point. And it was so important for me to share that so you understand what is possible. I do want to make sure for those of you who are like, this was eye-opening, right? This helped you realize, okay, so maybe I can move forward with my idea to do this. And wow, I didn't even know how much I could charge to do, X, Y, or Z. And let me actually just show you the numbers really quickly, because I think oftentimes we can overcomplicate it, right? Overcomplicate the process, overcomplicate what's possible, undersell ourselves. And so I want to show you in real time what it looks like to really get into course creation in your business. So I'm just going to pop a few numbers to the side and then I will explain. And for those of you listening to the podcast version of this, I am just actually typing up some numbers online. You can actually find the video of this on YouTube. That should be for actually all of my episodes. So if you're ever listening to this podcast while you're driving, first of all, thank you for listening. For those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching. And always remember though, if you're listening to the audio of this, the video form should be available on YouTube. If you can't find us, let us know at support@growmybrand.org. Okay, so now that I've given you a complete tour of what's possible, what other people are selling at for what price point, so that you know that you are not so unique that you can't do it too, because you absolutely can. I was telling someone yesterday that I'm so grateful to report that my Course Creation Academy has 100% success rate. Every woman who has went through the academy and completed the steps has not only finished their course, like created their course and have an online asset ready to sell over and over and over again. You do the work one time, you get paid over and over again. But they also enjoyed their first sales within the first 2 weeks of finishing the program, right? The same with my one-on-one clients. I had a one-on-one client, Dr. Wafa, who in less than 30 days working together, she had created her online course, we worked together on the cause, created her webinar, hosted it, and made her first sales, right? So a third of her investment from working with me had already been made back in less than 30 days, right? So if any of the process feels overwhelming, you do not have to do it on your own, right? A lot of times things feel overwhelming because we think we have to do it on our own. Like for me, sometimes when I look at all the things that needs to be done in my business, I can start to feel pressure because it's like, oh, okay, God, how am I supposed to do all this? And then I am reminded that I'm not. That's what a team is for, right? And the beauty of when you work with me, you get me and my team. You're not on your own. Whether you do the DIY version of my Course Creation Academy program, where I literally walk you step by step. You see how I just gave you this tour? In my Course Creation Academy, I walk you step by step by step. So you always know what's to do next, right? The right actions. You don't have to try to watch a million videos on YouTube to try to figure out what do you do. And then of course, when you work with me one-on-one, we're literally on it together, right? We get on Zoom and we knock it out. So I showed you what other people are doing. Now I want to show you the possibilities for yourself. As I showed you, Kev on Stage is a comedian. He's a comedian. His course is not even about comedy, right? He just made it about how to use social media to basically grow your business, because that's what he did. That was his experience. So you can create a course on your experience for $97. That's less than Kev is charging, right? For $97, you help your first 10 people. I don't like to look at it as like, oh, sell 10, make, 1,000, because most of us, especially the women in my community, we are heart-centered people. Like, we care so much more about helping people than the actual dollars. But as someone who had a nonprofit that didn't make money, and then I had to switch so I could create a sustainable business, let me tell you, when you limit your income, you limit your impact. Right? When you limit the amount of money that you're focused on making, you limit the quality of service that you can have by helping people. You can't hire out, right? You're still concerned about trying to work a day job, so you can't focus fully on your clients and your business and the vision that God has given you. So I refer to it as helping people. You create a super small program, because that's what a $97 program should be, right? You help the first 10 people, you've made your first 1,000. Now you've learned a little bit more about what they're looking for, right? You feel a little bit more confident as a course creator, and you add to this program, you add maybe 2 more modules, 2 more sections, and now you're going to charge $297, and you're just going to help 10 more people. Now, as a total, right, you've made your first, what, almost $4,000 just from helping 20 people. Okay, now you have some testimonials. You're like, oh, okay, Angel, I see what you were saying. I've been working way too hard to only charge $300, right? You can make $300 on a one-time birthday dinner. I spent $90 on lunch yesterday. Now, it was a really nice lunch. It was at a Brazilian steakhouse, but it was just me, but great service. And I didn't have dessert either. But now you're feeling more confident. You understand how it works. Maybe you've added a live component and a Facebook group to support them, so they can ask questions, and you're going to charge $497. Now you also have some testimonials because people have been so helped by your course, right? So now, when you combine all of these, you've helped 30 people, first of all, who now have lifetime access to your content, which means they pay you one time, and 12 months from now, they can still be watching your course, getting help, getting encouraged, learning a new skill, whatever it is that you help them with. So now you've helped 30 people who will have ongoing help, and you've made, what is this, 5 plus 3 plus 1? You've made $9,000. So now you still have all of these levels, right? Because you're committed to helping people at whatever price point they're ready to buy from you. But now you're like, you know what? I want to add a live component to this. I want to make it longer. Maybe you want to add like an in-person thing, or online virtual retreat, or some workshops, or whatever it is that you feel inspired to do. Maybe your people are asking you to include something or to make the program longer. So you make a $997 version of your program, which, remember, is still on the lower end when it comes to online courses, right? You help 10 people with that, and you've made your first 10K day, 10K month. And total, you've helped 40 people. You've learned so much along the way. You don't ever have to create any more content. If you want, you can just focus on learning how to market and sell these really well, so you can automate that and work way less, right? Or focus on maybe just getting like speaking engagements, right? So you can, again, reach the people that you want to serve. And you've made, what is that, about almost $20,000 from helping 40 people. It's 100% possible. People talk about getting to 5K month. Do you make 5K at your day job? And that's what you need to do. You need to make 5K a month to be able to leave your job. Create a course for $497 and focus on helping 10 people a month, right? You want your first 10K month? Create a program for $997 and focus on helping your first 10 people. It can be that simple, right? Now, it's a process. I know, that's why I created my academy. I literally specialize in helping women do it, right? It's a process, but if you're willing to do the work, the process works. That's why it's $1 billion industry. So I wanted to make sure that I share those numbers, because I feel like the numbers simplify it. The numbers help you to really see what's possible. Okay, so I want to make sure that I don't end this training, this video, without giving you some next steps. If you're like, Angel, thank you for this information. I've been thinking about making a course, but I just didn't know if I could. But now, after seeing, everybody from comedians to online creators sell things from $150 to $13,000, I know I can do this. If you know that you're ready to take the next step, please reach out to me at support@growmybrand.org, and we can get you the link to the Course Creation Academy. If you have questions and want to talk about if the academy is for you, you can DM me at Angel the Course Coach on IG. And if you are like, this is interesting, I'd really like to kind of get a feel, I'd like to learn some more about courses, I have other free trainings, tutorials, templates, just like this, gathered for you in one place in a members area called the Success Lounge. So if you want access to that free site with tutorials, trainings, templates, to just get your feet wet, and then also kind of get an experience of what it's like to experience a course, right? Because it's set up just like a paid course would be. Then let us know and we will give you the link to that. Thank you everyone so much for watching live and the replay. Once again, I'm Angel Santos, course coach, online business mentor, and marketing expert, and it has been my absolute pleasure to be here with you for this video. Bye.